the biggest mistake moms make and how to fix them. All right, mama, you're back. Welcome to the Hip Whisper, the podcast that finally calls out the BS surrounding your pain and help you reclaim your life. If you're new here, I'm Whisper Brightmore. I am a mom of three. I'm also an advocate and a former hot mess of hip pain who spent years searching for answers that no one seemed to have. Now, I help other moms avoid the same exhaustion and infuriating journey I went through. In our last episode, we talked about why your hip pain feels like they're falling apart. Spoiler, it's not just because you're mom. It's not. But today, we're getting into the biggest mistake moms make when trying to fix their hip pain. And trust me, this stuff no one tells you about. I wish they would. Like, this should be common knowledge, but it's not, sadly. But that's why you got me. So if you've been stretching, foam rolling, or trying to push through it and wondering why nothing's working, this episode is exactly what you need. So go grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's chat. Stop doing this when you want to feel better. Okay, let's start with a gut check. How many of these sound familiar? You wake up hurting, so you stretch it out because that's what you were told to do. You think maybe I just need to get stronger, so you start working out more, even though your body is literally screaming at you. Or you tell yourself it'll go away on its own, except it's been months or even years, like me. Or you do all the things, but the pain keeps coming back. I know you can't see me, but I'm also raising my hand. So yeah, been there, done all that. And let me tell you why it's not working. Mistake number 1. Stretching when your body needs stability. I'll say that again. Mistake number 1. Stretching when your body needs stability. I know. Everyone says to stretch. But here's the deal. If your hips feel unstable, stretching can make things worse. Instead of fixing the problem, you're just pulling on muscles that are already overworked. Insane, right? All right, mistake number 2. Strengthening the wrong muscles. Mistake number 2 is strengthening the wrong muscles. I see this all the time because I was that, okay? Moms all go in on workouts trying to build strength, but they're using the wrong muscles. Your body has been compensating for so long that when you try to get strong, you're just reinforcing bad movement patterns. All right, mistake number 3. Thinking time will fix it. I'll say it again. Mistake number 3. Thinking time will fix it. I hate to say it, but time isn't the healer here. If it was, you'd be better by now. And the truth is, hip pain is often a movement problem, not a time problem. Sound like you? It's okay, you're not alone. Because that was me. The good news, though, we're about to fix this. So the right way to start feeling better is, what should you do instead? I have solutions for you, of course. So I want you to stop overstretching. First and foremost, okay? Stop overstretching. If your hips feel unstable, stretching is like trying to fix a wobbly chair by losing the screws. So instead of focusing on gentle activation, things that wake up the right muscles without overdoing it, okay? All right, number 2, find your deep core. Now, I know you probably giggled at that because I did too, because I'm like, there's no such thing as a core anymore. I had 3 babies. And no, I don't mean crunches. Your deep core, that part that actually supports your hips. I had no idea that we even had a deep core. Right? I always thought, okay, 6-pack crunches, we got this. No, it's deeper than that. Okay. So they're probably offline right now. Simple things like breathing properly and retaining your core to activate can be a huge difference. So you could be standing there at the grocery store. Okay. You're going to stand there. Make sure your weight is equally distributed through your feet, and your hips. And I want you to tighten your core up. Okay. That's a little exercise for you. All right. Number 3, stop pushing through the pain. And I'm going to say this again, because if I could, I would stick a sticky note on your forehead so every time you looked in the mirror, you would see it. Stop pushing through the pain. I get it. Moms are tough. We're supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be these superheroes. We're supposed to do it all. No. We push through everything. But pain is not a badge of honor. If something hurts, your body is telling you something is wrong. I want you to listen to it. When our babies, if there's something wrong with our babies, what do? We stop, we listen, we find solution, right? I want you to do it for yourself too, Mom. And here's a game changer. I want you to start small. Tiny, consistent changes. Be drastic, unsustainable fixes every single time. I'm not asking you to do a marathon. I'm asking you for 5 minutes to stop overstretching, find that deep core, and stop pushing through the pain. So let's get real and why you keep doing things that don't work. So real talk. Why do we keep doing stuff that isn't working? I'll tell you why. Because we've been conditioned to think, if I just try harder, it'll get better. I must not be doing it right. Which you probably are, but we've been told that. And everyone else seems fine. Maybe it's just me. Sound familiar? That's mom guilt talking. Crazy, right? We are so used to taking care of everyone else that we continue to convince ourselves we don't have time to slow down or do things differently. But Mama, listen to me. Seriously, get closer. You do not have to live like this. I'm giving you permission. You don't have to live like this. Now I want you to give yourself permission that you do not need to live like this. Your pain is not normal. It is common, yes, but it's not normal. The good news, you can change it. But it starts with doing the right thing, not doing more. I'll start that again. You can change it, but it starts with doing the right thing, not just doing more. Your next steps. All right, let's make this actionable. Here's what I want you to do this week. Audit your daily habits. Start paying attention to how you're standing, sitting, walking. All of it. Are you shifting to one side? Always crossing your legs? Carrying your kid on the same hip? Those little things add up. And now that I'm bringing it to your attention, I know you're going to definitely see it. I want you to ditch the stretches for now. If you've been stretching like crazy and not feeling better, let's take a break. Instead, focus on gentle core activities. More on that next week's episode, so I'll dig a little deeper next week, but focus on that for right now. And I want to give yourself grace. Healing takes time, and I know you're probably over it. It's like, hey, it's been years. Bro, I'm done healing, okay? I'm done taking my time. I'm done. And it's okay if you've been doing these things wrong, because nobody told you. The fact that you're here learning means you're already on the right track, okay? I've learned so much within 7 years, 13 different doctors about my body that I might as well have a PhD. I'm It's ridiculous. And I just wish it was more front and center for us women. And it's not, because it's only one way or no way. And that's what drives me absolutely insane. And that's why the Hip Whisperer came about, okay? All right, mamas. So let's wrap up for today. Here's the takeaway. If what you're holding or what you're doing isn't working, it's time to try something different. If what you are doing isn't working, it is time to try something different. You don't need to push harder. You need to work smarter. Next week, we're diving into simple, practical ways to wake up your core and take the pressure off your hips. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear this, okay? It's something that I was never told, and I wish I was told earlier on. And you're going to probably cry, be like, where has this been my whole life? Just for something so simple. So if this episode hit home for you, do me a favor, send it to another mama who needs to hear this, because we're in this together. I'll see you next week, mama. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. I'm proud of you. Make yourself proud too.